here's where things went wrong. Hey guys, welcome to TSK Talks. It's Tia here, and today is basically going to be an introduction video into what kind of content you should expect from this channel. So this is basically a channel for anybody who is thinking about starting a business or has just started a business. And I am basically in that same position. So basically I'm going to be documenting my journey through from start to hopefully gajillionaire. So if you would like to follow that journey, you can get tips on the way. I'm going to be talking about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. You can basically follow my entire journey. And if you're somebody who is starting a business, it's great to feel like you have that accountability or somebody who may be going through the same thing as you. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to get updates as soon as I put a video out, because I'm going to be doing weekly videos to keep you guys fully updated. But today I thought I would start with basically telling you where I'm at now and where I've been to get me here, so we all on the same page. So it was supposed to be a quick video, but I have notes, so yeah. So basically, I say basically a lot, don't I? It's not that basic, trust me. I have had a business before now, but I kind of fell into it, so it wasn't something that I planned. I basically looked after children, like babysitting services, but it became a thing of what like you might see agencies offer. So like agencies will have staff members that they match with families, and then you will go to that family on a weekly basis, a daily basis, whatever, pick up that child. I basically did that, but just me. So I was the only person working for my business, and it didn't have a name. I just basically fell into it. I used to work at a nursery, and I had a lot of people there who wanted babysitting. A lot of parents wanted babysitting, and then their friends wanted babysitting. So it became a thing of every week I was either babysitting the same children, or I had like a schedule every week of, after work or on the weekend or in the evenings, which actually isn't that bad. I still had a social life, so it wasn't actually that bad. But yeah, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, but that kind of dissolved itself, like along the way. Parents basically stopped needing childcare, and I fully immersed myself in my full-time job. So it kind of disintegrated a little bit. It was still happening, but instead of like every week, it became like every month, and it became every 3 months, then it came every 6 months, and it continued. It just wasn't as like consistent as it was before. So after I went back into 9 to 5 work, which I really enjoyed, like working at a nursery was one of my favorite jobs. Like, it was a really great environment, but basically circumstances brought me to a point where I ended up having to leave my job. So I ended up basically saying to myself, what are we gonna do now? You're not in full-time work, but you need to have an income, right? You can't get anything in this world without having some kind of income. So I had to kind of think on my feet, what did I want to do? I'd been thinking for a couple of years. I've kind of dabbled in nail art. So I bought like this big nail art kit, which is actually a really good idea. So if anybody's looking for ideas about starting business, this is about to be a whole list for you. You might want to get a pen and paper. So I started with nail art a few years ago. Actually, I had some nail art things going on. So I begged my mum, I was really little, and I begged my mum to buy me this £50 tray of different nail designs, and you basically put the nail polish on and you scrape it and you use a little stamp and you put it on your nail, and it's beautiful. And I was hyped. I was enjoying that so much, except I didn't know how to drum up clients at that point. Now, okay, this is, I'm gonna make myself sound old, but this is before like Instagram and stuff. This is like before Instagram was a thing, like a real thing. I was doing this, and I didn't know how to drum up my own clients. So I was basically doing my own nails and taking pictures of it. I also started a Wix website, but I didn't tell many people about it, so that didn't go too great. I also started making jewelry at some point. The only thing was, I actually made myself some really nice pair of earrings, but the only issue with the jewelry was that I found that the things were too expensive to buy. Like the materials are too expensive to buy. This is before I knew what hobbycraft was. This is before I had experience with Amazon, like a full experience with Amazon. Basically, somebody bought me some beads and some hooks and stuff, and I was like, this looks like I can make some jewelry out of that. So I just started making the jewelry. Only made it for myself. Again, like, doesn't make sense, but it was before the age and understanding of Instagram and social media, etc., which is your best friend at this point in life, right? We have that at our fingertips ready. So yeah, so I tried those two things. Then came the babysitting, and then came like full immersion into this 9 to 5 work. What I will say as well, along the way, I did try a lot of volunteering. So if you haven't volunteered yet, I would suggest volunteering, because that is how I got a lot of my jobs. How I got how I managed to get myself into childcare was pretty much, I started volunteering that way, and then I grew in my experience. And more people want you, then people are willing to pay for you if you're really great and you enjoy it and you show them that you're committed. They'll pay for your time. I basically did all I could to build up my funds. That's the first thing I did. I saved and saved and saved. I knew what my plan was, and I knew I was going to need money for it. You can't go into this without expecting to spend any money. It's not going to work for you. You have to invest something to get something back. I saved up. I took that money and I put it into another account, and I said, this is going to be my business account. So I'm going to use this for any business transactions I make. So I started off doing that. Here's where things went wrong. So the first thing that I tried was something that was recommended to me, which was eBay. I'm gonna have to do a whole other video on eBay, but basically eBay didn't go as planned. So yeah, I invested some money. I took some money into that, and I basically said, I'm gonna start a business selling hampers. I researched, a lot of research went into, like, the wrong kind of research, but a lot of research went into what I was going to put in my hampers, what kinds of hampers I was going to create, if they was targeted towards men and women, basically, or, whatever. So I created my own brand, and I just had this idea in the middle of the night, literally, and I just started scribbling it down. So I created my own brand, and I planned out exactly what I was going to buy, how much I was willing to spend on it. I put my hamper together, but one of the products didn't come till really, really late. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? I started noticing that Valentine's Day was coming up. So I was like, I'm just going to have to buy lots of stuff and put them out for Valentine's Day, because people will buy them, right? That's what I thought. So I spent about, on my second batch of stuff for Valentine's Day. The first batch was not Valentine's related, which is why I was like, seeing as there's something missing from that, I'm going to leave that and save that till later. I'm going to go to do my Valentine's Day ones. And I spent about £200 of that. And they're still downstairs. And it's March. So basically, I put my hampers together. I advertised them on eBay. They didn't sell on eBay, but they got a lot of interest. Again, that's going to have to be a whole other story. And I put them out on Gumtree. They didn't work out on Gumtree. I also opened an Etsy shop, which, no, you have to drive traffic to your Etsy shop. And like, you have to do a lot of other work, which I wasn't able to do because I was doing so much things. I think the first thing I did, which was a bit off, was I put too much on my plate. I just wanted to get some money now. So I went to look at like a list of stuff of things I could do to get money, and it just weren't working. So yeah, I put some on Etsy, but basically nothing sold. I also tried to sell things around my house. I had like a stack of books. I think there's about 20 books, 30 books. I sold one book to somebody I know, and nothing else has sold. So I started off with like a really optimistic energy, and it slowed down a lot because I was like, nothing I'm doing is working. I tried surveys online, which they're fine. Like, you've got websites like Opinion Post, I think it is, and Swagbucks, which is supposed to be like the best survey websites, but you have to spend a lot of time on them, and it doesn't feel like worth the money, you know. At the end of it, you're gonna get like a fiver, and you think, I've spent an hour, and you don't get accepted for everybody's survey. So some surveys you're not accepted for, and the ones you are take ages and don't give you that much money. So you feel a bit like it's not anything that's gonna. It's just something to boost you. It's not anything that's you're gonna be able to make a living off. So yeah, I tried all those things, and I thought I need to do something that's gonna work now. So where I'm at now is I've tried, or I'm still trying, doing some print on demand. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you design t-shirts for people to sell, but you don't have to actually hold any of the merch yourself. So you just upload a design to whatever website you choose, whether it be Teespring or Redbubble, and you put it on whatever designs you want. So hoodies, t-shirts. If it's Redbubble, you can have like a whole range. I think they have like 61 or 62 products. They've just introduced a new product, like a button. So you can put your design on these products, and all it is that somebody will see that online, they will select that they like that product, and then the Redbubble or whoever you choose will print it and send it to them. So all you have to do is basically do the design, and the rest is done by the place that you use, the print on demand site that you use. So there's lots of those out there, lots of people making a living out of that. What I will say about my experience so far is that I'm enjoying it so much, but no one's bought anything. I have over 100 designs, and they do say that you need a lot of designs. You do need to get yourself out there. You do need to get yourself noticed. So I've been doing lots of research about what sells. I've tried a couple of websites, which include Redbubble and Teespring. And I'm going to continue to upload on them and be diligent. I actually did invest in Canva. So I put some money into Canva. I paid for the Pro so that I could get a clear background and also make my designs large. So another thing that I'm really enjoying is YouTube. I have another YouTube channel, which I'll put a link somewhere here or down below or both. So check it out and subscribe to that channel as well. I do covers. So if you're interested in singing or maybe acting or something. Actually, what's really good is TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I was on TikTok. I'm not anymore. I might go back. But I'm only doing YouTube at the moment. I think it's going all right. You just have to be consistent. Both of these things, print on demand and the YouTube, take a lot of consistency. So it's really important that you make sure you're able to pick a pattern that you're going to be able to maintain. So yeah, I am currently at a place where I am at the very beginning, and it's very frustrating sometimes because I feel like, why aren't I getting the results I want? You still have to put in a lot of energy and a lot of work if you want to do this seriously, and that's what I'm learning along the way. I think the biggest lie that I believed when I was starting out my journey was that, oh, you can just do this, you can just do that. You know, like a lot of people, when they're advertising what you can do, they just say, oh, why don't you try affiliate marketing? Okay, that's gonna have to be a whole nother video on what that is. But it sounds so simple when they say that. Or why don't you just start a YouTube channel? It sounds so simple. Why don't you just do print on demand? It sounds so simple. This is why I feel like I need to tell you guys the truth, because it's not easy. For things like affiliate marketing, you actually need loads of followers. You need to build a following. For things like print on demand, you have to be doing over 300 designs to even get noticed. For things like YouTube, you have to have like, don't even think about monetizing if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. Like you can't just jump into these things. These are just ideas, you know, like I said with the survey thing online, it's not going to get you very far if that's what you're depending on. Like these things take a lot of time, and I know it's nice to hear how easy it is, but this is going to be the raw truth for you. It's not easy at all. It's very frustrating, but if you know you want to have financial freedom, then you have to do what you have to do, you know? If you want to make something for yourself, then you have to put the energy in and the effort in and the money in, and you make time for it, you know? You can do it alongside your regular job, or if you are not in a regular job and you're probably not going to go back into one, then you know, find something that gives you a little bit of money on the side while you do this, because you are going to need a boost. You are going to need something that lets you feel like you're not a complete failure, because there are going to be days you feel like that. So yeah, I think this is about to be the most truthful journey you'll ever witness about business. But if you're ready for the ride and you're jumping aboard with me and you're starting a business, then let's do this together. And let's see where we get together. And hopefully when I watch these videos back in like 3 years on YouTube, I can be like, look where I was, and now look at me in my mansion. So guys, if you want to hear more about my journey and you want to follow me on my journey, see how things are going, and maybe try some of the things that I've tried, or if you need to ask any questions, then please leave a comment below. And subscribe to this channel so that you can keep updated with whatever I'm doing, and like update me on your journey as well in the comments, so we can keep up together. And remember to subscribe to my other channel, TS Road, which I will leave somewhere here, there, around. And check that out as well, and leave a comment and subscribe to that channel as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you soon.